So the video we're breaking down today is Baltimore cop shoots person armed with a knife during a welfare check. This was an interesting one. Watched part of it, didn't finish it because I wanted us to be able to make this video. So I'm going to give you my perspective as somebody who was a police officer, and then my daughter's going to give her perspective, and then we're going to see how the two mesh. And we're looking forward to seeing the comments below on how we can make this better, but also what your thoughts are on the same video. The video will be posted in the link below.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
What did you notice?
I think I heard gunshots.
Sounded like two of them, huh?
Yeah.
And then what else?
That they were scared. You could definitely tell they were scared.
Yeah.
Because
They were definitely
pulling each other back and running away.
Yeah. Anything else?
Not really.
What can you think of that they could have done differently?
They probably could have held their ground and not back up from the situation, because he shouldn't have been shot. And I think the guy tased him before he shot him, didn't he?
Yeah, good observation. So it appeared that the guy had two knives, and as he was coming forward in the video, he gets tased and shot twice at the same time, which shows two things. One, lack of communication, heavy lack of communication, and also fear. Because at the point he was tased and he was shot, and then the police moved in, they already closed the distance. They already ate up that ground, and they were on top of him almost at that point. It's then that they should have disarmed him while he was already down and slightly incapacitated, because with as many of them as there are and only one of him, and now he's been shot, something has to be done to stop the situation from continuing. And what they did there, running away after the engagement, was unnecessary. He was bringing a knife to a gunfight, and honestly, the taser itself did the trick. So I would be willing to bet that the police officer that we see wearing this body camera that fired the two shots, both of those rounds are going to have an indictment attached to them. So let's finish watching it and see. The guy's definitely out of his mind. So you can tell the guy is either schizophrenic or bipolar because he's calling himself God and he's talking all kinds of craziness to the police. And again, like all of this could have been avoided had the police, once they had closed the distance, just subdued him and threw him in cuffs. And I know when I say that, it sounds easy. And it's not always easy, but in that type of situation, it's a lot easier than all this stuff that they're going through now. Because all of this could have been prevented. If they shoot him again after this,
Hold on.
there's a whole nother set of problems if they end up shooting him again, because it could have all been avoided.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah, at this point, they subdue him, and they finally get him out of there. Now, I don't know whether or not this person was killed. However, I do know that if he is still alive, well, even if he isn't alive, they're gonna have this is a wrongful death suit all day against the department if he dies. But if he lives, it's a whole nother lawsuit for him because he shouldn't have been shot. There was no reason to shoot the guy and tase him at the same time. That's what happens when you hire police officers based on whether or not you like them and not based on what their capabilities are. There's not enough vetting that goes on to ensure that police are ready to be out there, and the academy is not enough. It's not enough. You don't learn enough. There's not enough adrenaline rush, chaos happening in the academy and the things that you actually deal with on the street. This is going to be a firestorm, but here's the thing. Chief Harrison was the chief in New Orleans when I was a police officer there, and he was a terrible leader there, and I guarantee he's a terrible leader in Baltimore. So I can only imagine, what kind of circus he's running. What do you got? What do you think?
I mean,
You agree?
Yeah, I agree. And they were still backing away after he had no weapons in his hands, and he was shot twice.
Which is
that just tells you like you need to be fired.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm not trying to say like I could be better than them, but like I would have used my brain a little bit more if I was in that situation.
That's a good assessment. I agree. It is important to be able to think through those situations clearly, right? Because when your adrenaline is through the roof, your heart rate's 180 beats a minute, and you're sweating, your fine motor skills start to go away, you get brain fog, tunnel vision, all these things happen because of lack of training, and then you throw fear in there with it, and a lack of communication and being unprepared for these types of situations in a city that's dangerous like Baltimore. You're just creating a recipe for disaster. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.